We've been getting together here for many years to talk about the early days of single sideband, and we have a nice variety of vintage radios here, most of them vacuum tubed, and there's a bunch of people here that are excellent in the expertise necessary to manage these radios, and that means it is a great place and a great opportunity for people to ask questions about radios that you're working on, because somebody's been down that road before. This is K5LYN. My name's Lynn. I'm in Austin. And somebody just asked what I was operating. I like to call this particular station the radio version of a 1959 Studebaker because it was built out of a bunch of junk I had out in my garage collecting dust. In 1948, Collins built their first permeability tuned oscillator VFO, the 310B. And I'm using that to excite the Heathkit SB10 exciter, or adapter they called it, from 1959. And that's exciting what used to be the DX60 novice rig. Now it's a one-tube amplifier, and that's driving my Collins 30L1. And I'm listening on the Drake 2B with the Q multiplier. So I'll talk to some people, and if people think I'm getting off frequency and need to quit talking, let me know. We'll turn it over to somebody else. All right, how about KC5WLF, the strongest signal I've heard all evening? What do you say, Jimmy?
Well, good evening to you, Lynn. I'm cheating a little bit. I'm running my DX10. I need to get my FT101 back online, FT101 Zulu Delta Mark III. But right now, that's what I'm running with Ten-Tec 425, which is probably considered a boat anchor. Anyway, you're really sounding good tonight, man. And so are you, Jay. You're bumping 20 over on me, so I think your signal is pretty much what it usually is. But anyway, we're doing good over here in Austin. The weather is really nice. I'm looking for more of it, and looking forward to listening to some of these boat anchors. KC5WLF.
Jimmy, that radio puts out a beautiful signal, and while I've got you here, we've been watching the radar numerous evenings here, and I always see them coming in from the northwest, but the force field around my neighborhood keeps them from getting here. Have you been getting any of these showers here lately?
No, not really. They peter out before they get here.
Same thing then, huh? Yeah, we watch them on the radar, and we can see them stop just as they come into Austin, and I thought maybe you were far enough northwest that you were getting at least a teaser out of there, but it sounds like it's not happening. Keep all fingers and toes crossed. We'll keep after it. Hey, Scott, I heard you a while ago. How about it, WA5SL?
Yeah, good evening, Lynn. All the aficionados here on the Boat Anchors Net, good to hear you this evening, and everybody else that's in here this afternoon or this evening, whichever way you like it. This evening we're on a little hot water 12 using the Shure 444 Tango microphone on it, going into Yaesu FL2000B amplifier into a 80-40 double bazooka at about 45-50 feet, somewhere in that area. Everybody's sounding good, and hopefully I don't have the mic gain cranked up too loud here, and I'm close to being on frequency. Thanks for picking me up, Lynn, and everybody have a good net. WA5SL, back to you.
Scott, it's talking up a storm. If you told me what amplifier you're using, I missed it.
Yes, sir. It's a little FL2000B with a pair of 572Bs. And by the way, while I've got this switch mashed again, let me ask you a question. This little hot water 12 came from a guy over in Taylor. You may have known him, Wilbert Unosh, K5ZLU, I believe is what it's called. Well, ZLA, I'm sorry. Zulu Lima Alpha. Did you know that guy?
No, I don't think so. There was a famous guy that lived on the hill just on the south side of Taylor on the way to Austin, was a famous guy, but I don't think that was his call.
No, I knew him.
Oh, who knew him?
Is that you, Mike?
Yeah, WA5MTT. I knew his name was Skippy.
Yeah, that was his nickname. His name was Wilbert I knew his nephew as well. Anyway, I was just curious. That's where this little rig came from. I won't hold it up any longer. Thanks for coming back there, Lynn. WA5SL, back to net.
Scott, it's talking off the storm. Right quick, did you have to recap that, do a lot of work on it, or was it that good when you got it?
No, sir. I had to recap it and clean it up and do a few mods on it to get it going again, or a few little this and that, and got her whirling again. But no, it was not operating when I got it.
Well, you did the right thing. You did a great job of it, and it's talking up a storm. And it's amazing how many of those things are still around and working really well. Nicely done, Scott. All right, AG5XP, talking about somebody that brought a radio back from the other side. There's one. Talk to us, Kenneth. Over to you.
Thank you, Lynn, for picking me up. This is Kenneth, Alpha Golf 5, X-Ray Papa. We're up in a little town called Brownwood. Tonight we're on the old dusted-off Gonset GSB 100 transmitter. Got it hooked up to the GSB 101 amplifier. Got my J.C. Penney's CB radio microphone on it. Hope this thing's sounding okay.
Yeah, and you did beautiful work. I mean, I saw that. It looked like it... I saw it at Belton. It looked like it'd been out in the rain too long. What in the world did you do to get that front panel to come out looking so nice?
Oh, I just gave it a good cleaning and got some of that mother's polish wax and went over it. Then I put a couple of coats of some of that fancy spray you put on stuff. Got the ceramic in it and looks like a new one.
Well, you may need to give us a seminar sometime on what to do, because you did beautiful work on that. Nicely done, Kenneth. Anything else for the net this evening?
Oh, that's about it. Actually, I took all the knobs off and polished them up with a polish weld, and lucky enough they had a little groove cut in them where the white stripe pointers are, so it's easy to re-strip the knob and they come out pretty good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Kenneth, you're the main rehab right now for these things, because you bring them back electrical and cosmetic. So very nicely done. Great to hear you. Beautiful audio. Anything else for the net this evening?
I guess that's it. And everybody's sounding good as long as the band hangs in there, but everybody's making that well above the noise. They're doing a bang-up job also. Back to you, Lane, AG5XP.
Nicely done, Kenneth. All right, I heard Don in there, W5DK. What do you say, Don?
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, everybody. This Don, W5DK, Delta Kilo in Spring Branch, the pretty Spring Branch, Comal County, Bulverde. And I'm on my normal Drake station. I got the TR4 with a D104 microphone. And I'm running legal with an L4 amp out to extended double ZEP antenna. So thanks for recognizing me, and good to hear everybody. Good stations, good signal. So back to you. Thanks for running that, Lynn, W5DK.
Very well done, sir. Nicely done. All right, I'm going to pick up KC5L Tom, then I'm going to pick up KE5Q, and then I'll pick up Robert. Then, Jay, I'll give it to you. That leaves you with WOZ and MTT to pick it up. And there's lots of people out there lurking, I hope. So, how about it, Tom, KC5L?
Hey, good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And tonight, we're unusual here. We're talking on the Central Electronics 200B. That's driving the 600L amplifier, Johnson KW Matchbox, and a Hobry doublet up about 15 feet. We're talking on a D104, and we're listening on the R390A. And that's about all I have this evening, Lynn. Your Studebaker is sounding great, as usual. Back to you, KC5L.
Great. Very nicely done, Tom. And, I always compliment Matt, who makes the recordings of the net, because I think that's helped us all learn how to keep our radios on frequency a lot better than we did before we heard those recordings. And that sure is a real benefit for the work I've been trying to do here. Nicely done, Tom. Okay, I said I was going to pick up KE5Q. Jim?
All right, K5LYN in the net. This is Kilo Echo 5 Quebec. Good evening, and I think the signals are starting to build, because some stations were weaker earlier, or at least at the distance, and it seems like it's better. Anyway, And the Scott, you were really coming in on that HW12. It's sounding good with that 500 watts. We are on the 530S tonight, and Shure 444 going into the MLA 2500 amplifier into the Double Bazooka Ultimax 8040. And just say good evening to everybody on the net. K5LYN. This is KE5Q.
Very nicely done, Jim. And everybody's cutting through the noise, as horrific as it is. So we're off to a good start this evening. Okay, WW9W. Robert, bring us up to date. K5LYN.
Okay, Lynn. K5LYN. And the boat anchors. This is WW9W, Allen, Texas. Running the TS520 Sugar this evening with the FL2100 Baker. Looks like about 450, 500 watts going into the Double Bazooka, same as what Jim is running over there, the 8040. And hello to Scott. Man, Scott, you are banging it in here, man. Big signal. Yes, sir. That's about all I got, Lynn. I don't have anything else for the net. Just thought I'd get in here. It's been quite some time since I've been in here, so I made it my business to be here this evening. So, K5LYN, have a good night, and we'll be listening from WW9W, Allen, Texas.
Outstanding, Robert, and we're always listening for you, so come by whenever you can work us in. All right, Jay, while I'm ahead, I better shift gears here and pass it over to somebody that can straighten this thing out. KM5QS, K5LYN.
Well, I'm glad somebody's got some confidence in me there, so we'll see what we can do. I am, as usual, the last few weeks, I'm on the 990 this evening, but I am using a homebrew antenna tuner and homemade ladder line and 160-meter antenna. I figure if I get enough wire in the air, I can always tune it somewhere. So anyway, that's the way that goes. I'll get the 820 back on. It should be still working. I just didn't have time. Well, anyway, that's another story. All right. This is Jay, KM5QS, boat anchors. Did you, K5LT, did you get Lyle?
I don't think I did.
Okay, K5LT, go ahead, Lyle.
Well, good evening, Jay, and everybody else on the net. Name on this end is Lionel Yankee Lima Echo, located outside of Bernie, Texas. And tonight I am running the usual, running the Heathkit SB101, going through the Heathkit SB221 amplifier up to a double extended step antenna running through the cedar trees. So, same thing I run every week. So, nothing new going on here, just got some rain over the weekend, so appreciative of that. Looking for the next round of it. So, Jay, thank you and Lynn for running the net every week. Appreciate it. Do a fine job of it and keeping it going. And so back to you, K5LT.
All righty. Thank you, Lyle. And thanks for checking in. K8WZ, Dan.
Yeah, good evening, Jay, and all the other boat anchor collectors. This is Dan, K8WZ, middle of Houston, 2 blocks from City Hall and police station. Talking on a little Kenwood TS830. I've had this on quite a few times for the boat anchors. And I'm driving my most recent amplifier here, the pair of 813s, putting out about 900, real close to a KW, but we'll call it 950. I'm using my new power supply that I just finished about 2 days ago. I just put a meter on it today so I could see when it's discharged and when it isn't. But that little power supply puts out 3100 volts, and it does the job. I hooked this up to that Loudon boomer also, and that'll put out about 900 watts with the same power supply, so I guess that's probably the rating of it. Anyway, we're using a Kenwood MC50 microphone, and the antenna is an inverted V, shaped like an L, but it's up about 42 feet in the middle, and it runs along one side of the property, and one goes across the back. That's it from here. I think I'm going to give up on projects that made some dumb mistakes, not that it hurt anything, and building this thing, but I've never made these kind of wiring errors that I can recall, and it just from not paying attention, you know. But everything come out all right anyway. So it's time for me to hang it up, I think. That's it from here, JKWOZ.
Well, you can always just slow down. You don't have to quit. You'll get bored if you quit. But anyway, you're sounding great. You're 20 over. You're taking your audio's taking all the background noise completely out down here, so everything's working good. And I'll still. What am I still doing? Well, whatever. Anyway, okay, good deal. KM5QS. Who's next? WA5MTT. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, hello, Jay. That's Mike, WA5MTT. I wasn't anticipating checking into the net tonight. I'm on the Flex radio, the Flex 5000, and the Alpha 89. The microphone here is, gosh, what is this thing? It's a Shure SM7B, and that's about it for the Flex station. The reason I jumped in was I knew Wilbur Unish, K5ZLA, back when I was in high school and in the radio club in Taylor. He went by Skippy, and the gentleman that got me into ham radio there was Amos Peters Jr., W5LHX, and he was an attorney also there in Taylor. There was a very, very active club back in the late 50s, 60s. I was active in it. I got my novice in 65, so that's when I was in the club from 65 to 70. But anyway, all that's died away, and the guy that Lynn was thinking of was Jim Harkins. I don't remember Jim's call, but he came along later. I think he was a former C-beer that got into ham radio pretty big. But yeah, it used to be a lot of hams there. I think there's still an active repeater over there, but I haven't kept up. Anyway, back to you, Jay.
Oh, okay, Mike. Well, yep. Excuse me. Anyway, all righty. Well, your Flex is sounding good tonight. That's the main thing. It's the sun's still shining bright down here. I don't know. Let's see. That's the end of my listing. Before I go on, ask for check-ins. Just a note. I still have a Heathkit Marauder here that's up for grabs. I have not plugged it in. It looks to be in excellent condition. It was working when it was put in storage, and it's been covered up and taken care of all along. This is available. It will be available for a very reasonable price, considering the condition it's in. And there's no shipping too heavy. The thing weighs about 90 pounds, at least. Anyway, so if anyone's interested, it may be a project, it may not. You may be able to bring it up slow, plug it in, or let it rip. But you may have to do something to it. I don't know. I picked it up from Bob, K5CXJ, and his stuff's usually always good. And he said it was working when he put the bag on it. So if anybody's interested, give me a holler, and we'll work something out. Because I don't need it and don't have room to put it on the shelf. So anyway, that's all I need for right now. Anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited this evening? Come now.
WB5OZZ. Alpha India 5, Oscar Sugar. K0SED.
Wow, man, I just asked a question. I got 4 of them already. Let me do this. OZZ, Don, go ahead.
Okay, this is Don, WB5OZZ, New Caney. Running a Kenwood TS830. Driving a homebrew 41000 amp antenna. The double bazoo getting 45 feet over.
All All right, sounding good. It's working, Don.
Thank you.
Is it for sale?
Oh.
No, I don't think so. Okay, WB5 TXW. Hello, George. I knew you were out there somewhere.
Hello, Jay, and all around the net. Yes, I was here. I was messing up my radios. I kept, at 32S175S330L1, dipole in the backyard, microphone, sure, 444, all the usual stuff. But I was hearing Lynn load up, and I was trying to, I said, hello, Lynn, and usually he can hear me. And he didn't hear me, and then I checked. I wasn't throwing any RF. Yet, all the relays were clicking. And I figured it out, obviously, because I'm on the air. I was on the wrong 75-meter slot. But what threw me is the relays were going, and I wasn't throwing RF. But that's because I think there's a line between the receiver and the transmitter that affects a degrounding, if that makes sense, I think, and that affects the relay and makes it work. So, that's it. Stumbling and bumbling, WB5TXW back to net.
Okay, George, but you found it. That's the main deal. You got in, so that's a good thing. All righty, thank you, sir. I think I heard Justin out there. Oh, Wes, go ahead.
All righty, I'm going to make sure I've got it. Okay, yeah, this is AI5OS here in Cedar Park on the Drake Beeline station. Driving going through the MN2000 tuner. Was hoping to get the Gonset going, but didn't have a chance to get in here, get that tuned up. Was kind of caught doing some other stuff here. And all that good stuff. So hoping the rest of y'all can hear me. And everybody is sounding just beautiful tonight. This is AI5OS.
Okay. You were about 12, you were down the band just a hair, but not bad enough. I could still understand you, so everything's working fine. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry.
Good deal. K0SED,
Steve. Rushing here. I've had this thing warming up for quite a while, but I got just kind of got a little busy running around, kind of moving too fast here. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. I could understand you fine. It wasn't that far down. Maybe 20 or 30 cycles, something like that. Not too bad.
Very good. Very good. Well, this is AI5OS.
All righty. Thank you, Justin. Okay, Steve, K0SED, your turn.
Good evening, Jay, and all you boat anchors. K0SED in Tyler. And again, as usual, I'm on the trusty old Kenwood PS520 and a Collins 30L1, a dipole up 40-odd feet. And anyway, it's good to be home after a week in Colorado. Back to you, Jay. K0SED.
Oh, okay. Colorado. It's been raining up there, hasn't it?
Say again?
Hadn't you had some weather up there?
Weather? Oh, I guess. It's kind of smoky.
Yeah, it is. Canada's on fire.
You bet.
All righty. Well, they can keep it up there. We don't need any more of that down here. All right. Thank you, Steve. All right. Who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited coming out?
Whiskey Delta 5, Fox Bravo Whiskey.
Okay, go ahead, Perry.
Yeah, hello, Jay, and everybody here on the Boat Anchor Net. That fine's terrible. Of course, everybody knows that, I guess. And the static, I got a little lightning crashes around here and there, I guess. Anyway, let's see, we're on a Kenwood 830 here this evening, and we're driving the East Kip SP1000 single tube amp tonight. So that's what we're running. and we'll listen now. Thanks, guys, for being here. KB0, you wrote that.
Okay, Perry, good deal. Well, you're making the trip from Missouri, so it's all working like it usually does. All righty. Let me see. Rusty, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, Jay.
Okay, I just did about 8 or 9, so why don't you take a shot? WK5R, KM5QS.
Okay, Jay. This is WK5R with the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, running the usual stuff. The Kenwood CS590S, Tascam TM70 microphone, the Homebrew GS35B amplifier, and the Homebrew fan dipole at 50 feet. Anyway, with that, that's what we're running here. So, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Whiskey Delta 5, Fox Bravo Whiskey.
Okay. Stand by, Jim. Okay, we're the Whiskey Delta 5, and I did not get the suffix.
So Whiskey Delta 5, Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey. Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey, QSL.
Okay. Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey. Go ahead.
Good evening to everybody on the net. I'm running a Shure 444 into a Swan 350CX barefoot up to an infed half wave at about 35 feet and just enjoy hearing all the old radios on. Over.
Roger, roger. Well, the old Swan is sounding good there. Appreciate you checking in. Okay, good evening, Jim. Go ahead.
Roger, roger. Thank you for the net, and I'll be listening on the buy side. 73s, everyone.
Okay, WJA, Jim, go ahead.
10-5, WJA, good evening, everyone. I'm on my 890. And we just dodging the thunderstorms that come sliding in here off and on today. Other than that, I have no traffic at all, and just wanted to add to the number 73s. 10-5,
all right, sounding good as usual, Jim. All right. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Hey, go ahead, Henry.
Well, believe it or not, I'm on the TS520 here. It's the original model. First one they come out with the DC on the back of it. An MC50 mic running a barefoot at about 120 watts. Just got it on air here. You're about the second or third contact. I picked it up from Sammy the other day when I was down there. It's real clean 520. I'm real glad to have it. Anyway, good afternoon to everybody, and enjoying the net, and hope everybody had a good day. Back to net control.
All right, old 520 sounding good there. I appreciate you checking in. All right, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Anybody anywhere? Check in the Boat Anchors Unlimited. Come now.
Yeah, recheck.
Recheck. Go ahead.
Yeah, Best Cast AG5XP. I got a question about a D104 that's got a Hall HC-5 element in it.
Okay, what was the question again?
This is a D104 and it's got a Hall HC-5 dynamic element in it.
If that's what you're talking on now, it sounds good.
Roger that. But there's no transformer and there's no load resistor on this thing, and I'm feeding a tube radio, so it's 1 meg input. But this module, the best I could tell, it's about a 600 ohm impedance on the element itself, but there's no resistor. Would a resistor across that help this thing, or does it sound good enough like it is? Over.
Sounds good enough like it is. Yeah, you're correct. I had 600 ohms.
Would I need to put a load on it, or just leave it like it is? This is on an amplified base.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it alone. It sounds good.
Roger that. If you got a moment, I got another D104. It's got the original 320 element in it that I took apart and re-glued the bridge and all that, and I want to see how that thing sounds.
Yeah, plug it in right quick. Go ahead.
LYN, AG5XP. This is on a D104 with the original 320 black element in it that I was able to take apart and re-glue the little crystal back down and re-glue the bridge back on it. And how's this thing sounding?
Well, it's working fine, but it sounds a little narrower than the other one. I like the one with the high 5 in it better.
Roger that. I'll put it back on there. Appreciate it. And back to you, AG5XP.
Okay. Appreciate it. All right. Anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, I might have fished a little old pond dry there, Lynn. K5LYN, WK5R. Give her a shot.
Well, okay there, Rusty. Hey, the noise got so bad I barely hear you, but let me back up here just a minute. And by the way, I couldn't hear Kenneth on the mic when he changed. I lost him completely. So to me here, his signal way down. But WD5FBW. Hey, sir, are you still there? K5LYN.
K5LYN, WD5FBW. Roger, Lynn, I'm here, over.
Yeah, hey, if we have talked to you before, I have forgotten, and I thought we needed to find out a little bit more. I missed your name there, and if I'm supposed to know it, I'm sorry I forgot. Remind me, and tell us the story of that 350 and what you had to do to get it up and running. It's doing a great job, and where are you?
Yeah, Roger, I was sitting over here thinking, golly, I went through that so fast I forgot to tell anybody anything. Name is Rick, Romeo India Charlie Kilo, and I'm located in Round Rock. And I picked this up from a gentleman down in Florida that had it stored for a while, and all I had to do was bring it up and put a couple of finals in and tune it up a little bit, and it just works fine. Over.
So you didn't replace any caps in the thing?
No, hon, wasn't necessary. I've been using it for quite a while. It seems to be doing great. Over.
Aren't swans amazing? That's incredible. You know, Rick, I nearly always tell people, I say, look, don't turn on these vintage radios until you replace all the paper and electrolytic caps. But once in a while, that's not true. And I think you just proved it again. That Swan 350, that's from like 1964, right? It's doing great. Over.
Oh, yeah, right. It is, and it really does good. I also have a 700CX that works great, and I've got a Drake TR4CW and a set of Drake Twins, and they all work just fine, and I had to do little or nothing to get them online. Over.
Well, obviously you know what you're doing. Now, have we met you? Were you up at Belton this past time around?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Say again.
Were you at the Belton Swap Fest this past event?
Oh, yes, sir. That's where I picked up the Drake Twins from a gentleman down towards San Antonio. Over.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you and know who you are, so I'm glad you came by and talked to us here tonight. Is this your first time to be on the net? If so, I have forgotten.
It has been a long time, Lynn, since I've been on. Initially, I got on here with a TS940, which really isn't vintage, and then probably last year, I imagine I got on this net once before and got on, but I thought I'd get back on here again because I like using these old tube rigs. Over.
Yeah, and maybe you're so strong here because you're in Round Rock there. I'm at Burnett Road and Canning Lane in Austin, so you're overcoming my central Austin noise really, really well. But I just thought we ought to talk to you, Rick, and learn a little bit more about what you got going there. And obviously you're doing nice work. Over.
Roger, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I like the old radios. You know, it's not a radio if it doesn't glow in the dark. QSL?
That's right. I've got 6 vintage stations here, and they all glow in the dark. I know the feeling very, very well. All right, glad you came by. Hey, Jay, I don't think I ought to put out a call because I'm not going to hear anybody right now. I mean, I lost Rusty on that one, so let me pass it on around the table again, and I'll cross all fingers and toes so we can pick up some more people. KM5QS, K5LYN.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, let's see. Here we go again. This is Boat Anchors Unlimited. Is there anyone else out there we haven't talked to yet? Come down.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward, David X-Ray.
Well, I barely heard a Whiskey Alpha 5, and I did not catch the suffix. Go ahead, try it again.
That was Byron.
Can you hear him, Rusty?
Yeah, go ahead, Byron.
Okay, Rusty, relay me in, buddy. Just checking in for the cat. Not really on a boat anchor. I'm on a sounded, and say hi to everybody on the net. Hope everybody had a good Memorial Day, and I'm barefoot up into the inverted B at MC60 Mike. 33s, everybody. Back to you, Rusty, WA5EDX.
Okay, Byron, you got a lot of RF in that thing, son. I think you need to stick with it a little bit longer there. So, appreciate you checking in. All right, back to you, Jay.
Oh, okay. Man, I didn't even know that was Byron. You're right. He sounded like he had a lot of RF on it.
Yeah.
Something going on there. You'll get it fixed, Byron. You always do. All right. Anyone else for the boat anchors this evening? Come now.
Kilo Alpha 5, Lima, Yankee, Lima.
KA5LYL. Go ahead, Todd.
Well, I got background noise, so hopefully it's not too unacceptable. I apologize. I just didn't think I was going to get picked up quite so quick. But this is KA5LYL. Hello, Jay, and everybody else on frequency. My name is Todd. I'm in Corpus. Oh, my God. It really putting out that much? Wow. I'm on a 1985 vintage Kenwood TS440. Let's see. Be back the mic game down some more. I can close talk it. I think we'll be all right. Oh wow, it's really getting after it. It's got all the matching accessories with it. The microphone is an Electro Voice 638. Wow. Let's see, with a little audio mod. About, let's see, 1, 2, 3. What is going on here? 150 watts? That can't be right. Hello, 1, 2. Let's just call it 100 watts, because that's really what these things are supposed to do. But I was reading the peak meter. I might have a little RF into it or something. But anyway, again, humbly apologize if there is still any background noise. No processor. Antennas and off-center-fed dipoles with a feed point of about 35 feet, something like that. Back to that. Glad to hear all the boat anchors out here.
Okay, Todd. I think you had a radio going in the background or something there. Maybe the 2 meters was going or something. I don't know, but I could hear it almost as well as I could you. But anyway, no, it was getting out. Thank you, sir.
Well, I could turn it down, but it would take time. I think time is of the essence now. So I'll just give it back to you, Jay, and thanks for picking me up, background noise and all. KA5LYL.
Okay. See you later, Todd. All right. Anyone else for the boat anchors this evening? Come now. It is a little noisy this evening. I'm even having a little problem myself, which I don't usually have, but I guess that's the way it goes. Rusty, WK5R, KM5QS.
All right, Jay. Well, we'll wind her up here then. All right. This is WK5R with the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. Is there anybody else out there that wants to check in before we shut the door? Come now.
I guess I will recheck without the minus the background noise. Over.
Okay, who's the recheck?
KA5LYL minus the background noise. Over.
Well, I'm not hearing. I can hear everything you're saying, but I'm not hearing you good enough to hear the background noise.
Okay, I guess that's Lynn. I'm having trouble hearing you, so let me shoot back to y'all, and I appreciate y'all picking me up once again. But this is the Electro Voice on the TS440 minus all the background noise. Thanks a lot, y'all. Back to net. KA5LYL.
Okay, Todd. All right. Anybody else out there before we close the door? Come now. Thunderstorm modification. We appreciate everybody checking in. We'll look for you next week. This is WK5R, now closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse.
Hey, Lynn, we got through early tonight.
Yeah, I wish I could have heard more of the net.
Well, I don't know what, it's noisy down here too, even a little more than usual. I don't know whether it's we're still having solar flares, or what the heck's going on?
Did you happen to hear Matt's recording of the net last week?